Hello guys and welcome back. Today is my second Sephora sale haul and try on. I put all my products in here. Some of these came in the mail, some I picked up in store, and I'm excited to share with you, apply some things on, and I've already tried some of these and so I'll have some thoughts about them. So grab yourself a coffee, tea, something yummy, and let's hang out. So I'm first gonna start with the thing that I can't try on, and this is a fragrance. Now, last haul, I mentioned that I purchased the Nette candle. I am obsessed with that candle. It is so good. It makes the whole house smell incredible. It has cranberries. It's a little bit of fir. It's like the perfect holiday candle, and it is, I can't tell you how good it is. It's very expensive. I'm glad I got it during a sale, but because I love that so much, first of all, I want all their scents. They seem incredible. And so I decided to pick up this fragrance. Now, this I did test out in store, and I tested out for a couple of days and then decided to purchase the fragrance. I've actually been wearing it. I just put it back for you guys, like many of these. But this is the Nette Thé Vanille. This is a beautiful vanilla, but it's a little bit different than your regular vanilla because I think it has tea in it. It has to have, because it's a kind of green a little bit, and with that tea, I think I read somewhere that it has magnolia leaf. Oh, it's right here. Okay, this is easy. Top, salt accord, cardamom, turmeric root, green tea. The middle notes are narcissus absolute, magnolia flower, and then the base orris and vanilla. It's a little greener. I think that vanilla and those spices in it make it just so much more unique. And on me, I would say it's decently long lasting, but it's not beast mode. So it's not super intoxicating. It smells kind of like a clean girl vanilla that likes to drink teas, specifically green tea. That tea note does calm down, so if that freaks you out, I wouldn't let it, because it does calm down and becomes like this beautiful vanilla. It's warm when it dries down and very cozy, but it has a little bit spice to it. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest vanilla person. I don't like overly sweet fragrances, but this is unique and I adore it. All right, let's move on to another set that I've done a reel on this. I only have the packaging. The products are somewhere around here, but I've done a reel on this REFY. This is their red kit. This lip sculpt, you get a lip sculpt, the tinted lip gloss, and cream blush. Let me find them. These are the 3 product set you get in this blush that is in the color cherry. I actually really like this. It is so beautiful. It gives you kind of that strawberry look. I did a really intense swatch right here. Don't be scared. Like, if you blend this out, it's definitely softer. And doesn't that give you the strawberry vibe? It does to me. I was actually very surprised how even though it was super pigmented, it was very blendable. I'll link down below my reel so you can see it if you're interested. And then the lip sculpt and their gloss. So I found that this kit was wonderful. You guys know I'm already such a big fan of their lip sculpt. Not everybody likes them. Sometimes people think they're too dry for them. I love that about the lip liners because they last forever. They don't crumble on me, they don't tug and pull, but they are a little bit more on the drier side. So that's what you get in here. Also, the gloss is in the color red, I think. It's that tinted red color you'll see right there. And so it works really well with the red lip liner. Okay, that's what I got in that kit. Now moving on to things that we're actually gonna try on. Now, I picked up 2 different foundations and I was trying to debate, what am I gonna do? I kind of want to show you both, and I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna put them side by side and just apply it like that. I'm quickly gonna prime my skin. This is from Freck? Yeah. The Rich Protect Serum. And it's that sticky I don't know if you can tell, but I actually really, really like it. I feel like it does a great job making the foundation last, and moisture. It gives a lot of moisture. Now let's start with the Dior. This is the Forever Skin Glow. I do have their matte version. They reformulated maybe a year ago, and I bought the matte one because this one had bad reviews, and so I just skipped it. But lately I feel like a lot of people are talking about it, and I swatched it in store and I loved the way this looked on the skin. The color I have is 2.5N. You will see how beautiful this is. I'm gonna do it on the side. I actually think the color works really well. I don't think it's much darker. I will say it does seem to oxidize just a little bit. It wasn't terrible on me though. Now the key with this foundation is to moisturize under. Even though it's glowy, this is not moisturizing. So I think to me, it was the key to make this look really good. I've actually paired it with my Merit oil, and I feel like that combo, my skin is juicy by the time I'm done with it. But I got so many compliments every time I wore it, either in the video or a reel. People wanted to know what do I have on, and it was this foundation. And this is kind of on a whim. I was at Sephora, and I remember people talking about it lately. I was like, let me just swatch it. This is how it looks on. Isn't that so beautiful? It has such a beautiful glow, but this dries down. So this is where I feel like a lot of people didn't like it initially, or the reviews weren't that grand. It's because it does have glow to it, but it's not moisturizing, and so you need to moisturize. If you have these super intense dry patches, you have to make sure that you moisturize that area extra carefully, because there's something in this that makes it dry down, but once it's on, which is the beauty of it, it lasts so well. It lasts so well, and I almost feel like even somebody who has oilier skin and wants to enjoy that glowier look could use this, because it does dry down, and I don't feel the need to powder this foundation. I feel like the coverage is pretty good. It's not quite full, but it's middle to buildable for sure. Like I put a tiny layer, and I feel like I covered quite a lot of my skin. So far, I'm loving this. I think it's so beautiful on the skin. But again, it does have that one issue where you have to moisturize under. At least for me, who I have, dry skin, I need to put either an oil or a nice moisturizer. Okay, moving on to the next foundation that I picked up. This is a Valentino. This is in the shade, let's see here, MA1. And I think it's going to be just a little bit lighter than the Dior. The properties or the claims are pretty similar. This is much runnier, see, than the Dior. Let's put the Dior next to it. The Dior just kind of slowly runs. It's a thicker consistency. And then the Valentino is definitely very runny. I'm wasting the Dior now, but you can kind of see the color difference. I think the Dior is just a little darker. So let's put the Valentino here. I've worn this Valentino only once, and it was kind of at the end of the day, so I can't tell you, how this wears or anything like that, but I love the way this went on. It's so light, very luminous, and very just weightless on the skin. It really felt like just a skincare, a moisturizer. I think it's very beautiful from first application, but again, I have to test it out. It does have a scent, just so you know. I think they both have a scent. Does the Dior have a scent? Let me smell it. I think there is just something there, but not necessarily fragrance, but the Valentino definitely has fragrance. Okay, so you can kind of tell that this is a little darker, this is a little lighter, but I'm actually quite surprised at the match of the Valentino because online, those swatches do not help. Also, I was looking at reviews to try to kind of pinpoint which one I would be, trying to watch people that have similar skin tone to me, and I feel like that's a good shade for winter. I'm not tan whatsoever right now, and I think it matches pretty well. I like the undertone. It's not too warm or too cool. It's actually really pretty. Okay, it looks beautiful on the skin. It looks a little bit more smoothing than the Dior. The Dior, I see it a little bit more on the skin than the Valentino. Yeah, this looks just a little bit smoother, which is good there. I'm doing this so you can kind of see side by side. Beautiful, both of them. I'm excited. I feel like I did great with the shades overall. That's my biggest fear ordering online with Valentino. This one I picked up in store. Sometimes I can screw it up real bad. Okay, I don't think I have any concealer, so let me go do my concealer. My brows. Did I get any bronzer? I don't think I got any bronzer, but I have blush, I have eyes, highlighter, lips, all the good stuff. So I'll be right back. You know, I just pulled out my Veil Hourglass powder. Was that the name of it? Translucent setting powder in Veil, and I forgot how much I love it. It's so beautiful. I put it under my eyes and a little bit on my forehead. Wow, I am loving it, and I've been actually wearing it for a few weeks now, and I love it. It's so good. Also, the lip liner, because I wanted to put my lip liner on, is my faithful iconic, no, not iconic. It is iconic. Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. I have a little bit left of that one, but every time I put it back on, I'm like, why do I ever stop using this? This is the best lip liner ever. It lasts forever and it shapes your lips real well. Okay, that's what we have on right now. A little bit of bronzer. That's the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate. And let's dig in. I got another blush. Another Valentino. You know, I'm just going to pull them all out from here because I am so obsessed with my other Valentino blush. This is in number 2. This is one of my favorite powder blushes just in my collection. It's so good, so creamy, and it's blendable, but it's more how it looks on the skin that attracts me. And so I picked up the shade 4, Sweet Rebel. I've already tried this on. I put everything back in. Actually, some of the lip products I have not tried on, so kudos to me. But this is the blush color right here. Isn't that such a beautiful color? It looks a little bit more nude, but when you swatch it, it does have just a little bit of peachiness in it. It translates more on the skin rather than in a swatch. See how it has a little bit of that peachiness in it? It's like a rose peach, and it's super glowy. So I love this one so much. I want to have every single color that they come out with. I think they're like my favorite powder formula. I've decided. I really like the Gucci one as well, but this just, there's something special about it. I don't like the compact, but oh well. So I'm gonna take this Sonia G Soft Cheek, and I'm gonna apply this right here. I really like this color. I actually found it really hard to pick a blush color because just online, again, Valentino and swatches do not work well together. You know what I mean? Like they just, I just feel like it looks nothing like what the swatch looked online. So it was kind of like a blind buy. Hopefully this works, but I love the color, the tone of it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I put a little bit more just so you guys can see it. but I think it's a beautiful formula, very glowy. It definitely has glow in it. See it right there? Oh, I should have done the highlighter first, shouldn't I? Okay, it is what it is. But yeah, there's something about the way that this makes your cheek look super healthy and glowy. And it's supposed to go on the eyes as well. Actually, this is one of those colors that I would wear on my eyes. Let's add a little bit more here. And I like that it's buildable. So initially, it's not a scary color. But then you can, you know, make it scary if you want to. Because it really does build on itself. I also saw that, was it the shade 3 that was like a lavender color? That one was a little intriguing as well. But probably not so wearable for me. But yeah, this is such a beautiful color. I'm loving it. I need to do a reel just swatching it and applying it for everybody to see the difference between shade 2 and 4, just because I found nothing online with their blushes. I've seen more of the basic colors like the number 1, number 2, but I didn't see many other colors. I really, really like it, and I've been wearing it not daily, but pretty often. I mean, look at the highlighter. It looks like I'm wearing highlighter, but I don't see pores. It's not emphasizing any of that, which is, I think, what shocks me the most about this blush, that even though it has that glow, it almost blurs my cheeks. So super beautiful. Okay, now I bought this bougie highlighter, and I don't know if I'm regretting the purchase or not. This is a Tom Ford Soleil Neige Glow Highlighter in the shade 2 Grand Paradise, right? I can't see. It's like white on white. First of all, the packaging is white with silver. I don't love it. It doesn't feel super expensive. I like white packaging, but for some reason, this to me, it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel as luxurious as some other ones from him. Now the inside is beautiful. It is this beautiful kind of champagne-y color. It has the TF imprinted in it and a mirror. So it feels the same way, I think, as the other ones, but I much more prefer this. To me, it looks a little bit more luxurious, and for some reason this feels cheaper, but that's just my opinion. The highlighter is this baked highlighter, and it is very smooth, extremely smooth. Can you see it right there? It has a beautiful finish to it, very just smooth, almost blendable, to where like you can't really tell that you're wearing a highlighter. Now I've worn this once, kind of just tested it out, and I thought it looked really beautiful. I tested it out in New York as well, and I almost bought it there, but I was like, oh, $90-something for just a highlighter. You know, it's kind of limited edition as well, and that's kind of hard for me to justify, mostly doing YouTube, because in a year I won't be able to use it on camera because you guys can't get it, and I bet that's a frustrating thing. So I think it's a beautiful highlighter, very smooth. It comes in 2 different shades. Obviously, the first one was very, was it lavenderish or purpley undertone? I don't love those, but this one looked so beautiful. Ooh, I put a lot, okay? I like swirled this. You can absolutely build it up like this, as you can see here. Wow. That is so intense. I think before I used a fluffier brush like this fan brush, and barely touched it. Let's try that. I'm gonna touch it barely and go here. And that's kind of how I tried it last time. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful, but it's not super intense, which I don't like super intense highlighters, but you know, it's still there. But this one, pow. That is definitely a highlighter. If you are worried about texture, this is a beautiful highlighter for that, because it gives you a lot of beam, but I don't see my pores, you know? It actually does a really good job at that. I mean, you're paying $100 for a highlighter like this. It better smooth your skin and make you look perfect. I want just a little bit more blush. I mean, we're gonna glow to the heavens now because even the blush is glowy, but I just want to make sure that, you know, I blend those two together. It's not too intense. That is a beautiful highlighter, and I remember when I swatched it in store, I was this close to buying it because it was that beautiful. And I remember I used my fingers to kind of blend it out, and it just melted into my skin. Definitely prefer this color over the lavender one, but if you're really fair, that color gave that kind of shift to the highlighter. If you're into that, it's not too much, okay? Even I could pull it off, and I don't love purple highlighters. Was it purple or pink? Anyway, it had a shift to it. I can't remember for sure, but it was still really beautiful. This definitely is intense. But you can have it sheer, you can build it up for sure. Definitely not regretting this right now. Now that we are glowing, let's move on to the eyes, more glow. Okay, I have gotten another YSL Couture Mini Clutch just because I love the other ones so much. I got the shade 100 and 300, and this is in the shade 400 Babylone Roses. Now, there was another one in store that looked so beautiful, but I had planned to purchase this one. I was like, I can't buy them both. First of all, the packaging, of course, it's beautiful. We all know that. You get a nice mirror here, and these are the colors. So it has a matte one right there. Wait, let me take these out. It has a matte one here. This is a matte with some shimmer in it, but I kind of use it just like a matte, but I can also pack it all over the lid, and it'll have a little bit of that sparkle through it. And then two topper shimmers, gorgeous. Let me swatch it. So the two shimmers, beautiful. I don't know how much you can see the shimmer there, but they're stunning. I love the tones. This has the tiniest bit of like, is it gold shimmer through it? I think so. Yes, it's gold shimmer, but it's almost packed on a matte shadow. And these are super beautiful toppers. So I did play with this once, and I absolutely loved it. I was in such a huge rush, and I did my makeup, my eye look so quickly, and I was just like, wow, I didn't really have to work for that. I'm gonna start with this shade right here and just put it in my crease. I think this color is already sold out. Honestly, a lot of the things that I'm talking about, I think are already sold out, but the sale is over by now. But isn't that just the most irritating thing? Like when you find something right after the sale, which is what I did with a lipstick. That's just very irritating. Or whenever they bring stuff back in stock right after the sale, you're like, did you do that on purpose? Because it feels like so. I'm gonna take that color under here as well. I kind of want to do a smokier eye. Or should we not? I'm gonna take the darker one and just go a little heavier. Look how much it picks up. On this outer corner. I'm curious how it will blend out. Slowly into the crease. It kind of matches my dress. I didn't even do that on purpose. Taking another brush to blend this out. I'm going to take the same shade on the lower lash line and smoke it out. I really like this color, and I feel like it works well with brown eyes. Now I'm going to take the purple lavender shade. These are so creamy. I cannot explain to you. You need to go just swatch these in store, because I don't think I have creamier shades in my collection. I really don't. Such a beautiful shade. And then I'm going to take the pink one right here and put it in the inner corner here. I don't know how much you're going to be able to tell the difference between them two. They are similar. I mean, you can definitely see a difference in the pink. The pink is obviously not as purple, but I think the pink, even on by itself, it's just a little bit softer and maybe not as intense. If you don't want to show that you're wearing, I don't know how much color, just choose the pink for all over. But yeah, those two blended in really nicely. Wow. Let me go put my mascara on and then we're going to move on to lips. So here is the eye look. I think it's really pretty elegant. Even though I added a lot of that darker color, it blended out really nicely. I could have gone even deeper if I wanted to, but I think it's exactly how I wanted it. I also put a liner, this Victoria Beckham in Bordeaux. I was hoping this was a little bit more purple, because I don't have a purple liner and I really wanted a purple liner in the waterline. I didn't have it, so this will do. It'll just bring a little bit more of that red, I guess, in my dress. Moving on to lips. I have 4 lip products right here, and I don't even want to know how many I bought just overall through the whole sale. But the star of the show is going to be these from Givenchy, so I'm going to leave those for last. But I got a Merit signature lipstick. I've been wanting this for forever, and Merit and I worked together many times. I'm so thankful because it's one of my favorite brands, and I always forget to ask for this one. So I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm going to go get it myself, and I missed the sale, okay? Great. So this is the color 1990. I'm going to use this color in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But the one I'm going to try on is the Makeup by Mario in the color Sierra, yeah. This is like a beautiful peachy, very nudie color. But you know, I don't have many of these, and I've been wanting to use them in certain looks, and I'm like, oh wow, I really need a more lighter nude peachy color. So I'm going to put this on. It's not going to work with my eye look. I'm going to swap it, but I just want you to see it. Yes, this is going to be a beautiful, just that nude color. I love that. I also really like the formula. It's not as creamy as the Tom Ford mattes or the Charlotte Tilbury. It's more of that blur matte, like powdery matte, which I really, really like the way that those look on my lips. So this is the other lip color. And moving on to the Cream Velvet from Givenchy. These are absolutely the star of the show, so let me take this off. The 2 colors that I got is 09 and 12, and one is more of a warm nude and one is a pinker nude. Now, I love the velvet lipsticks from Givenchy. I think it's one of my favorite matte formula. Those are the sheer velvet lipsticks, so I was like, these must be good. So let's swatch number 12. I'm going to swatch them right here. Oh yeah, this is my kind of color. Actually, let's just put it on because I don't think that that's, I mean, it could work, but I think the pink one will work better. This definitely has a scent, of course. It's Givenchy. It doesn't bother me, but I do wish it wasn't there. And the applicator is very interesting because this is the applicator. So it's like an hourglass, and I thought I would absolutely hate it, but it's actually quite comfortable because the tip is strong enough where I can define the lips, and then the product kind of sits in the middle and it hugs the lips real well. Ooh, I love that color. This is gonna be a go-to color for me, like a daily color. I just got lipstick here. That's lovely. These have almost a blur effect, kind of like the Charlotte Tilbury, but they're not as liquidy. These are a little bit more whipped, maybe. Yeah, they're creamier and a little thicker than the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know which. I think I prefer this formula a little bit better. They give me more of that blurred effect to the lips, and I love it. It has good coverage, beautiful shade, and I'll show you the next one. I think a lot of people are gonna like this one, the 09. It's this pinkier color right here. I'm going to put that one on, but I thought it would be too pink, but no, it's really beautiful. I feel like in the last haul, all of my lips were gloss and now they're all matte. Matte is the way to my heart. I love a matte look, lip look. So let's put this color on. It applies a lot of product, so maybe I should have wiped a little bit off. There we go. Oh, I could use my finger to blend this out. I really like the effect that these have. It gives not just blurriness, actual physical blurriness to the lips, but you can also get that like blurred, powdered effect on the lip line if you want to. That's kind of modern now. Yeah, it's so pretty. I'm actually gonna blur the line a little bit with my finger. The one thing that I have to say is that I feel it on the lips. This is not undetectable. It's not drying, but I feel it there. It's kind of like a whipped formula that's still there and it's a little thicker. But when I tap my lips, it feels almost powdery. It's like velvet. Yeah, they feel kind of velvety on the lips. But I love this color. I love the effect. I have worn this color before. I couldn't help myself. And I loved it all day. It looked so good. It lasted on well. It's not transfer proof. See, there's a little bit right there. Maybe you can see it better. Very little, but it stays put pretty well. And overall, like I couldn't necessarily see it on a cup. But if I would rub my lips, I would see the product come off. So it's not complete transfer proof, but it's close to being that. So those are all the products I picked up at the Sephora sale. I am very happy with all of them. The foundations, I'm going to have to test them out a little bit longer, and I'll give you a kind of a round out update in the November favorites, which will be favorites and misses. But so far, I think they're both really beautiful. Looking right now, I think the Valentino looks just a little bit smoother in person. Is it glowier? It kind of looks a little glowier. I think the Dior has a better coverage overall, just a little bit more coverage. But Valentino is doing really well coverage-wise as well. It's not like a super sheer coverage. I feel like they're both medium coverage right now. Okay, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and subscribe down below for future content. I'm still doing my everyday lip on Instagram, so I hope you guys enjoy that. It's taking me a bit to do it. It's a commitment that I didn't realize how much it would take to do it. I thought I would just put it and not, but things don't always work out that way. But I'm committed to doing every single day in November. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.